As the millennial generation emerges into the workforce, it is clear that times are changing. Through social media, we are given a platform to gather and organize people like never before. We are vocal about what we see in the world and are screaming for a change.
I believe in girls, gays, queer, and trans. I think they all deserve what white, straight men get. Everyone is equal.
So black people dying by the state is not a new thing, but the social media aspect of us having access to this information is what allowed for the movement to blow up the way it did, and for more people to say, wait, this is happening, this is a real problem, right? Like in the 90s, we know of Rodney King getting beat by the police, but because there was no social media presence, we had to rely on mainstream media.
Went from words to shifting the narrative to mobilizing people using online tools to connect with one another, and now it's an actual movement.
Though millennials are vocal about the change we want to see in our society, we are also held back by those who are stuck in the past, not recognizing that the world is changing.
We can't afford to have a liberal Democrat who...
We have a political leader who would choose to have a Republican alleged sex offender stay in office than a Democrat take over.
We need somebody in that Senate seat who will vote for our Make America Great Again agenda.
You've talked about wanting to put extreme vetting on people trying to come into the United States, but I wonder if you would consider extreme vetting for people trying to buy a gun.
Trying to what?
Buy a gun.
Well, you know, you're bringing up a situation that probably shouldn't be discussed too much right now. We could let a little time go by.
Donald Trump tweets that transgenders are not welcomed into the military at any capacity, and that them being there would be a burden and disruption. A Pentagon survey reports that at least 32% of U.S. military women report to have been sexually assaulted, and up to 80% have been sexually harassed. Yet, this is not a disruption or a burden. You might ask, how can I make a change? And the solution is simple. Take part in your civic duty and go vote. Millennials have such a strong voice and make up to 38% of the voting population. We are as large of a political force as the baby boomers, yet in the 2016 political race, only 46% of millennials voted. That may seem like a large number, but not when you compare it to the almost 70% of baby boomers who voted. According to the Washington Post, 75% of people under 40 view Donald Trump unfavorably. So if this isn't what we want, let's do better. Millennials are active, we're using our voice, and we are being heard, but the fight for change is far from over. If you died today, would you be happy about the world you left behind? Make a change, go vote.